If you send email pitches to potential clients, you need to know what works before you hit send. Should you write long emails or short? Should you include bullet points or paragraphs? And what's the number one thing that predicts success when you send a pitch? I'm going to answer all of these questions in this video. A few months ago, Hunter, the software tool that helps you find anyone's email address, released the State of Cold Email Report for 2025, and it includes some pretty compelling insights that you need to know if you send cold emails to your prospects. And by the way, if you don't know Hunter, or you don't already use Hunter to find contact information and those hard to find email addresses for decision makers that you want to connect with, you need to check it out. I've included a link in the notes below so that you can try the tool yourself. If you click that link, you can sign up for a free trial, which gives you something like the first 20 email addresses for free. It's definitely a tool that you're going to use a lot as you reach out to potential clients. Okay, so what important insights does this State of Cold Email in 2025 report reveal? This stuff is important, especially if you depend on cold emails to attract good clients that you want to work with. First, you probably already know this, but a lot of the people that you want to reach out to are already getting a ton of cold emails. 37% of decision makers get more than 10 cold email pitches a week. And honestly, I think the real number is actually higher than that because it's not counting the emails that get filtered into spam or those that go to the promotions tab. My own inbox probably gets 4 to 5 cold email pitches a day. And while I probably get more cold emails than most people, the prospects that you're trying to reach are overwhelmed by the emails in their inboxes too. And that explains the next important insight from the report. 95.9% of all cold emails go unanswered. And that's worth repeating. Literally 96 out of every 100 emails will be ignored by the people that you want to talk to. No response, no indication they even got your pitch at all, nothing. Now, if that rings a bell, hit the like button below so that I know that I'm talking to the right people. In a minute, I'm going to show you how that you can significantly improve those odds so that you get far more than one response per 25 emails that you send out. But if you're sending out cold email pitches the traditional way, you're playing a numbers game that you cannot win. The authors of the report wanted to know why so many cold email pitches are ignored, so they asked. And what decision makers said was the emails they get are almost never relevant to them or to their businesses. Just 34% said that they get a relevant email about once a month. That means just one out of those 40 or 50 cold emails that they're getting in their inbox every month is actually about something that they need help with. But it's actually worse than that because 53% of decision makers say that they get a relevant email only about once a year or that they never get a relevant pitch at all. Nothing relevant, nothing valuable, never. This, more than anything else, is what matters when sending out cold emails. Relevance. If your pitch doesn't address something that matters to your prospect, nothing else you do is going to work. But this is good news for you because if you've been sending cold emails to prospects the old way, you can change up your strategy now. In fact, you need to because you simply can't afford to send out hundreds of irrelevant emails hoping for a miracle. Hope is not a strategy. The report goes even deeper on the reasons that decision makers don't respond to the cold emails that they get. 71% say that those emails don't address a relevant problem. 43% say that the emails are generic or impersonal, and 36% say that they do not trust the sender. In a moment, I will show you how to make sure that none of these problems keeping prospects from responding are an issue for you the next time that you send out a pitch. And we're talking about relevance, personalization, and trust. I have a couple more insights for you before we get to that. When sending cold pitches, personalization matters. 73% of decision makers care about this, but personalization is more than just putting the right name at the top of an email, which a surprising number of pitches can't even manage to do. Personalization means finding something interesting related to the person that you're reaching out to. It's what I call connection content, so that they feel like you know them before they've even met you. This can be anything from a mention of a recent redesign of their website or something they wrote about in an email or on social media to your personal experience with their advice or a program that they offered or something else that shows that you're paying attention to them and who they are, that you know them or that you know about them. Along with personalization, your sender domain matters. If your email address is gmail.com, yahoo.com, webmail.com, or some other generic domain, you're only getting half as many responses than if you use your business name. Rob at the copywriterclub.com will get twice the response as Rob at yahoo.com. And if you're still using an AOL email address, well, it's time to update that. One more big takeaway from the report, and this should be obvious, but it's often overlooked. Follow-up matters a lot. Follow-up almost doubles responses compared to cold emails without a follow-up. But be careful, because 25% of receivers say follow-ups are annoying, and excessive follow-ups often get reported as spam. So you need to make sure that your follow-ups are relevant and interesting to your prospects, just like the first pitch that you send them. You don't need to worry about whether your emails are short or long, or whether you use bullet points or paragraphs. Those things just don't matter all that much. They have almost no impact on responses. But relevance, solving real problems, personalization that creates a connection, these things matter. Okay, now you know why most cold emails get ignored, and you might be thinking about ways to make sure that your cold email stands out, it gets noticed, it gets opened, and it gets a response. Earlier, I pointed out that 96 out of every 100 cold emails gets ignored. But that's when you do cold email the old-fashioned way, the traditional way, the find a template and change a word or two way, then you hit send as many times as your email provider will let you. It's a numbers game that almost never works and almost never gets great clients or good projects. Stop doing that. You don't need to do cold email like that. In fact, if you want great clients and high-paying projects, you can't afford to do cold email like that anymore. There's a better way, and I teach it in my program called the P7 Client Acquisition System. Real quick, it shows you how to identify your ideal clients, your dream clients, and your anchor clients. And yes, there is a difference between the three. It also helps you identify the biggest problems that your prospects are facing and will help you craft an offer that addresses those problems head on in a way that clients will love. And more importantly, clients will buy. The system includes dozens of outreach templates, a database of niches and marketing problems that you can help your prospects solve, and a lot more. You can find all the details at thecopywriterclub.com/love note. But the real question is, does it work? Does it help you create the kind of pitch that doesn't get ignored? The kind of pitch that is relevant, personal, and interesting for your potential clients? The answer is yes. With the P7 system, you won't need to send out 100 emails to get 4 responses. It happens much faster than that. I showed the P7 system to Rachel, and this is what she said. Hi, everybody. Hope everyone is killing it out there this week. I want to take a minute to sing the P7 Workshop's praises. Insert church music here. Because out of the 3 tailored MVP pitches that I've sent last week, I received a response within 30 minutes for 2 out of those 3 pitches. So if your pitch game is struggling and you haven't watched the P7 yet, do it. Okay, this is kind of crazy. While other copywriters and content writers are sending out traditional pitches by the hundreds, hoping for a response, Rachel sent out 3 pitches and got a response to 2 of them in just 30 minutes. With this kind of success, you only need to pitch 5 or 6 prospects to get a client, maybe fewer. And that is so much easier than the way that most copywriters are doing it right now. And it's not just Rachel. When Hira used the resources included in the P7 system, she wrote to tell me it was an incredible masterclass. I sent 3 pitches and already have 1 interview scheduled. 3 pitches and 1 discovery call scheduled. Not hundreds or even dozens to get a single response, just 3 cold emails, and she got more than a response. She got a discovery call. Why did Rachel and Hira get this kind of response? Because the P7 system showed them exactly how to send relevant, personalized cold emails that solve real problems for their prospects. But unlike other programs that give you a few templates and some bland instructions for using email to reach out to prospects, P7 shows you how to find the connection content that makes your emails both relevant and personal. It shows you the difference between MVP pitches and GOAT pitches. It shows you how to create a prospecting habit that takes just a few minutes a day to bring new clients into your business every single week. Finally, one of the things you get with the P7 system is a coaching call with me to make sure that your system is dialed in, that you're pitching the right clients, that your offer is what they need, and that your pitch will get a response. After talking with me for just 30 minutes, this is what Helen had to share. I'll let you read the first couple of lines, but she jumps in and says, I contacted Rob Marsh. We talked and he helped me figure out my big idea, my next steps, easy value to add for my clients, how to plug the research gaps, how to keep my sanity and get results for my client. Before our chat, I was ready to quit copywriting and figure out how to monetize crying. Now I'm on top of the world, back in control. So thank you, Rob. And to all you guys, if you ever get stuck like me, you can nab a little of Rob's time. Will you get the same results as Rachel, Hira, and Helen? I don't know. These copywriters are hardworking. They went through all of the information included in the P7 system. They took my advice and insights and they used it to build their own pitching systems. They did the work, they implemented it. I know this system will deliver clients for your business as well. Your success depends on your effort, your niche, and your ability to write copy or content and sell your services. But you won't know if it will work for you until you try. So go to thecopywriterclub.com/love note to get the P7 system now. If you want to know more about the process of pitching clients and getting more responses, more discovery calls, and more clients using this system, I created another video about this process, and it only takes about 10 to 30 minutes a day. It's about how, rather than writing the typical boring pitch and asking for work and then getting ignored by your prospects like 96 out of 100 emails do right now, writing love notes to your prospects that get your relationship started faster, which include personalized content, which are relevant to the person that you're talking to and will lead to work in the future. To see exactly how to do that, click the video on your screen now, or just go to thecopywriterclub.com/love note and get the P7 system so you can get started finding high-paying clients and stop watching videos and dreaming about what could be. The choice is yours, and it's up to you to take action. If you want to see better results, do it now.